Hello students, now today I am going to start new chapter. The name of the chapter is chemical changes and reactions. Okay, chemical changes and reactions. All of you know what is chemical change? A chemical change in which a new substance is formed. Okay, that is called chemical change. It is a very easy definition which you have studied in class 7th and 8th. Okay, now see the definition. Chemical change, it is a permanent change. Okay, all of you know that chemical change is a permanent change. Okay, it is not, mostly it is irreversible. Okay, mostly all the chemical changes are irreversible, so that is why it is called a permanent change. So it is a permanent change in which the chemical composition of a substance is changed and one or more new substance with different chemical composition and different properties are formed. Okay, with the help of this reaction you can understand easily. Now these two are reactant. Okay, these two are the compounds. When the chemical change is going on, the totally different properties of two new substances are formed. So that is called the chemical change. Okay, it is a chemical composition of a substance in which the chemical composition of the reactants are changed and totally new chemical compositions products are formed. Okay, listen again. In which the chemical composition of a substance is changed and one or more new substances with different chemical compositions and different properties are formed. Okay, the properties and the chemical composition of the reactants are totally different from the properties and the chemical composition of the product. Okay, the chemical composition and the properties are totally different, so that is why this is called a chemical change. Okay, chemical change, it is not easily reversible. I told you that mostly all the chemical changes are irreversible. Now a chemical change always involves a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is the process of breaking the chemical bonds of the reacting substance. Okay, these two are the reacting substance and these two are the product. Okay, so a chemical reaction is the process of breaking the chemical bonds of the reactants, okay, and making new bonds to form new substances, that is called product. Now what do you mean by chemical bond? It is the force. Okay, chemical bond is the force that holds the atom of a molecule together as in a compound. Okay, now you can see this one is the water molecule. In water molecule you can see atoms are there. So what is a chemical bond? It is the force. Okay, with the help of the chemical bond only these two atoms are joined together, hold together. Okay, the force between these two atoms are called chemical bond. So it is the force that holds the atoms of a molecule together as in a compound. Okay, so I hope all of you understood what is a chemical bond. Okay, chemical bond is the force that holds the atoms of the molecule together as in a compound. Now a chemical change or chemical reaction occurs when particles collide. Collision occurs when reactants are in close contact or by supply of energy. The conditions, okay, for chemical change or for chemical reactions, the conditions are required. So what are those conditions? So conditions necessary for a chemical change. First one is mixing or close contact. Okay, so example is, in some cases a chemical reactions occur when two substances are mixed in their solid state. When two substances are mixed in their solid state, so that is also one conditions for a chemical change. Or close contact, you can see iodine and phosphorus. Iodine and phosphorus react explosively when brought into close contact. Okay, suppose iodine and phosphorus are keeping like this, no chemical reaction will be there. If you keep these two substances in a very close contact, then only they will react. So mixing or close contact is also one very important conditions for a chemical change. Okay, now second one is the solution. In some cases, chemical reactions occur when substances are mixed in either molten or aqueous state. Okay, very good example of this solution is that when sodium chloride in aqueous form is reacting with silver nitrate in aqueous form. Okay, both reactants are in aqueous form. So sodium chloride and silver nitrate also react in a solution state to form the precipitate. Okay, to form the precipitate of silver chloride. Okay, precipitate means all of you know, I think, insoluble solid. Okay, insoluble solid is called precipitate. So when sodium chloride and silver nitrate react in a solution state, in aqueous state, they form the precipitate of silver chloride and sodium nitrate. Okay, so this is the example of solution. Now next one is your heat. Some chemical reactions occur only on heating. Okay, some chemical reactions need heat. Okay, for reaction. Okay, for change they need heat. So very good example is copper carbonate. Okay, copper carbonate, CuCO3, it decomposes. Okay, copper carbonate decomposes on heating into copper oxide and carbon dioxide, into copper oxide and carbon dioxide. When you heat copper carbonate, it decomposes, means it breaks into copper oxide and carbon dioxide. So heat is also a very important condition for chemical change. Next one is light. A very good example of light is your photosynthesis. Okay, in the absence of the photosynthesis, in the absence of light, photosynthesis is impossible. Okay, photosynthesis process is impossible. So for photosynthesis is also an example of chemical change. Okay, for that change also light is compulsory. So plants form glucose from carbon dioxide and water in the presence of light. Okay, very good example. When carbon dioxide and water react in the presence of sunlight, okay, they form glucose, oxygen and water. Okay, this is not balanced, you have to balance it. Okay, so light is also one important condition for chemical change. Next one is your electricity. See, I am giving only one example. Some more examples are given in your book. That examples also you have to study. Okay, now fifth condition is your electricity. Certain chemical reactions like the decomposition of certain compounds occur only when electricity is passed through the substance. That type of reaction is called electrochemical reaction. And when for a reaction light is compulsory, that reactions are called photochemical reaction. Okay, see the difference between photochemical and electrochemical. For photochemical reaction, light is required. For electrochemical reaction, electricity is required. So certain chemical reactions like the decomposition of certain compounds occur only when electricity is passed through the substance. Very good example. If you pass electricity in water, if you pass electricity in water, you will get hydrogen and oxygen. You can separate hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, electrolysis of acidulated water. Acidulated water means some acid is also present in this water. So electrolysis of acidulated water occurs only in the presence of electricity to give hydrogen and oxygen. So electricity is also one very important conditions for chemical change. Next one is your pressure. Some chemical reactions take place only when the involved substance are subjected to high pressure. Okay, some chemical reactions need high pressure. Okay, for example, nitrogen and hydrogen. Okay, nitrogen and hydrogen, when subjected to high pressure, they produce ammonia. Okay, without pressure they cannot produce ammonia when it's subjected to high pressure above 200 atm. Okay, atmospheric pressure is required for this reaction. So pressure is also very important conditions for chemical change. Next one is your catalyst. I think all of you know what do you mean by catalyst. Some chemical chemical reactions need a catalyst to accelerate or decelerate the rate at which they occur. Okay, with the help of the catalyst you can increase or decrease the speed of the reaction. Okay, with the help of the catalyst you can increase or decrease the speed of the reaction. So that substance is called catalyst. The catalysts themselves do not take part in the reaction and so remains unchanged. After the change also that substance will not change. Okay, that will same only. Okay, so that type of substance is called catalyst. Now example of catalyst. Okay, one very good example is that when potassium chlorate, see I am not balancing the reaction, when potassium chlorate is heated, okay, at 700 degree Celsius, it decomposes into potassium chloride and oxygen. Okay, potassium chloride and oxygen. See, now all of you listen very carefully. Potassium chlorate decomposes only at 700 degrees Celsius, and even then the rate of release of oxygen, the rate of the releasing of oxygen is also very slow. Okay, in this reaction the rate of the releasing of this oxygen gas is very slow. But when potassium chlorate is heated in the presence of manganese dioxide, MnO2, manganese dioxide, okay, then the decomposition begins at a much lower temperature, at 300 degrees temperature only it starts decomposing. Okay, and manganese dioxide remains unaffected. So in this reaction manganese dioxide act as a catalyst. Okay, without this manganese dioxide it was decomposing at 700 degree temperature, but in the presence of this manganese dioxide it starts decomposing at 300 degree temperature only. Okay, so in this reaction this manganese dioxide acting as a catalyst. Okay, so there are two type of catalysts are there. First one is the positive catalyst and second one is the negative catalyst. So what do you mean by positive catalyst? When a catalyst accelerates a reaction it is known as positive catalyst. When a catalyst increase the rate of the reaction, increase the speed of the reaction, then it is called positive catalyst. Okay, when a catalyst retard a reaction, means decrease the speed of the reaction, then it is called negative catalyst. Okay, examples are also given in your book. Okay, you have to study it. Okay, so the catalysts are of two types, positive catalyst and negative catalyst. So positive catalyst, a substance which is used to increase the speed of the reaction. Okay, that type of catalyst is called positive catalyst. When a catalyst is used to retard, okay, means decrease the speed of the reaction, then that type of catalyst is called negative catalyst. One more new word is there, promoter. Okay, promoter. Substance that influence the rate of a chemical reaction by improving the efficiency of the catalyst are called promoters. Okay, promoter means which is used to affect the catalyst only. Okay, which is used to affect the catalyst. Okay, for example, in the manufacture of ammonia, iron act as a catalyst and molybdenum as a promoter. In this reaction you can see iron and molybdenum. Okay, so in this iron is acting as a catalyst and this molybdenum is acting as a promoter. In the manufacture of ammonia, iron acts as a catalyst and molybdenum as a promoter. Molybdenum increase the efficiency of the catalyst iron. This promoter is used to increase the efficiency of this iron. So promoter is always used to increase the efficiency of the catalyst. Okay, without catalyst the promoter is useless. Okay, remember it. Whenever you have to use the promoter you have to use the catalyst also, because this promoter is only used for the increasing the efficiency of the catalyst only. Okay, so these are the conditions which are required for a chemical change. Now the next one is your characteristic of a chemical reactions. Okay, what are the characteristics of a chemical reactions. So one by one you have to see the characteristics also. These all characteristics you had studied in class 8, but in detail you have to study now. Okay, so what are the characteristics of a chemical reactions? First one is your evolution of a gas. First one is evolution of gas. These are the characteristics. Okay, so first one is evolution of gas. When zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, hydrogen gas is evolved with effervescence. Okay, one reaction I am writing here. Zinc is reacting with sulfuric acid. We will get zinc sulfate and evolution of gas with effervescence. I think all of you remember what do you mean by effervescence? The formation of gas bubbles in a liquid during a reaction is called effervescence. Okay, when you see the evolution of gas is occurring in the form of bubbles. Okay, so that is called the effervescence. So in this reaction you can see when zinc react with dilute sulfuric acid. See, it is dilute sulfuric acid. Then hydrogen gas is evolved with effervescence. So one thing you have to remember, in the reaction given above, one of the reactants should be in liquid form. Okay, one of the reactants should be in the liquid form. Then only you will get the gas in effervescence. Okay, then only you will get the gas in effervescence. Okay, so the first characteristic of a chemical change is evolution of a gas. Okay, second one is your change of color. Change of color. Certain chemical reactions are characterized by a change in the color of the reactants. Okay, these are the characteristics which are, by seeing only you can understand that these are the chemical change. By seeing only. Okay, when the gas is formed, okay, in effervescence, then you will understand that it is a chemical change. When the color will change, then only by observing only you will understand that the chemical change is going on. So your second character is change of a color. Certain chemical reactions are characterized by a change in the color of the reactants. For example, when iron is reacting with copper sulfate solution, okay, it is in aqueous form, blue color. Okay, this copper sulfate will be in blue color. So when this iron is reacting with copper sulfate solution, it forms FeSO4 and copper, and this will be in green color. Okay, from blue color it will change into green color. So by seeing only you will understand that the chemical change is going on. Okay, because the color is changed. Okay, so this is the second characteristic of a chemical change, change of a color. Now third one is the formation of a precipitate. Okay, formation of precipitates. Precipitates. Very good example is the first one. Okay, very good and very common example. When silver nitrate solution, it will be in the aqueous form. Okay, is reacting with sodium chloride solution, aqueous form. Okay, both should be in liquid form. Then only you will get a precipitate. Okay, when silver nitrate is reacting with sodium chloride, then you will get silver chloride in a precipitate form. Okay, the mark of the precipitate, I think all of you remember. Okay, downside arrow. Okay, and sodium nitrate. Okay, so this is a very good example of formation of precipitate. Okay, when silver nitrate is reacting with sodium chloride in solution form, then you will get the precipitate of silver chloride and sodium nitrate. Okay, now the last one is your last characteristic is your change of state. Change of state, physical state is changing, okay, from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, liquid to solid, physical state is changing, okay. This also by seeing you can understand, okay, because when the state is changing it will be easily observed, okay. So this is the fourth characteristic of a chemical change, change of state. So in many chemical reactions a change of state is observed. The reaction might start with the gaseous or liquid reactants and end up with solid product and vice versa, okay. For example, you can see ammonia gas is reacting with sodium chloride gas. It gives a very new substance, NH4Cl, which will be in the solid form, okay. Now see, the reactants are in the gaseous form, okay, but the product is in solid form. So in this reaction you can see the physical change is easily observed, okay. From the gaseous form they are changing into solid form, okay. So these are the example of the characteristic of a chemical change. First one is evolution of gas. In this you have to learn one example and what do you mean by effervescence, that you have to see. Change of color also, okay. I have given only one example. Some more examples are given in the book. I am telling you again, okay. Some more examples are given in the book, that also you have to learn, okay. So your exercise 2A is completed. Now in my next video I will give you the exercise, means the question answer of exercise 2A, okay. Thank you so much.